Today, we're diving into one of the fundamental aspects of business strategy, and yet one of the most difficult areas for my clients, pricing. Whether you're launching a new product or service or reevaluating an existing one, setting the right price is crucial for your success. In the next 5 minutes, I'll walk you through the basics of pricing and provide some tips to help you navigate this complex terrain. So let's dive in. First, know your costs. Before you can determine a price, you need to understand your costs. This includes not only direct costs of producing your product or delivering your service, but also indirect costs such as overhead, marketing, or distribution expenses. By having a clear grasp of your costs, you can ensure that your pricing covers them while allowing for a profit margin. Second, understand your market. Research your competitors' prices, analyze consumer behavior, and identify the value proposition of your offering. Are you targeting budget-conscious customers or luxury seekers? Your pricing should align with the perceived value of your product or service in the minds of your target audience. Third, consider pricing models. There are a variety of pricing models you can consider depending on your business and market dynamics. Some common models include cost plus pricing, which is adding a markup to the cost of production to determine the final price; competitive pricing, setting prices based on what your competitors are charging; skimming pricing, which is setting a high initial price and gradually lowering it over time; penetration pricing, which is setting a low initial price to quickly gain market share and slowly increasing it over time. Each model has its pros and cons, so choose one that aligns best with your business objectives and market conditions. Fourth, don't sell yourself short. I once watched a business coach be approached by a client asking about pricing. This particular client told her coach how much she was charging for her product and gave her a brief context on her hope to charge more, but she was afraid she would lose a potential client if she did. The business coach told her to triple her prices. The client was floored and didn't think that this was a good idea, but the coach held firm. She asked her client to practice saying her pricing 50 times in the mirror before pitching to the client. The following week, the client came back and was shocked. She'd sold her service at 3 times her usual rate without any hesitation from the customer. From then on, she charged triple what she used to and works a third of the time. Sometimes, especially in service-based businesses, it can be so hard to feel like we're worth it. I struggle with this every day. Do what you need to do to get confident enough in your product or service that you're charging what you should. Fifth, test and iterate. Pricing is not a one-time decision. It's an ongoing process. Don't be afraid to experiment with different price points and strategies and closely monitor the impact it has on your sales and profitability. Customer feedback and market dynamics may lead to making adjustments to your pricing over time, so stay flexible and responsive to changes. Pricing is both an art and a science. By understanding your costs, knowing your market, considering different pricing models, and being willing to test and iterate, you can develop a pricing strategy that maximizes revenue and profitability while meeting the needs of your customers.